Perfect. So recording has started. And once again, thank you so much for joining. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Daria. I'm the marketing manager at Wilfrid Laurier International College. Some of you guys may know me already. We have been communicating in the WhatsApp and in the email. Some of you may work with my dear colleague, Michelle, who's based in Vancouver, and she's also supporting the students. So welcome, welcome. And today we're continuing the webinar series about our Laurier programs. And today specifically, we are talking about data science. So there we go. And let's start. This is a fun fact about the university, just for you to know who it named after. So Wilfrid Laurier was the seventh Prime Minister of Canada, and that's him depicted in the $5 bill. The very university actually has two campuses, and it's really old and respected and famous in Canada, so it has more than 100 years history, so definitely will be great to join such an institution for you guys. So now that we talk about the data science, let's speak a little bit about the industry of data science and its demand in Canada. I think it's not only in Canada, but all over the world, the industry demand is growing, especially for all the digital related programs such as computer science, such as digital marketing, such as data science, of course. So we see that there is so much data around the world, right? You can experience that. It's so much information, so many, like the news, the articles, updates, numbers, statistics, everything is all around us, but we really need people to learn how to sort it and how to make data applicable to a certain business and to clarify statistics and actually recreate it and sort it to certain needs, right? So of course, the demand is real, and it's actually even projected to grow by around 30% within the next years in Canada. And there's also really high salaries for the data science specialists, starting from around 90,000 Canadian dollars per year, and then the sky's the limit depending on your on the company you work for and your position. And yet again, just to remind you guys that data science students start the first year in Brantford, and then you will be transferred into Waterloo campus of Laurier University. And Waterloo is actually the Silicon Valley of Canada, and there are more than 1,500 companies, tech-related companies in the area, such as Amazon, Shopify, Google offices. So even those large companies, they're in the area, and you will be able to benefit from it for your future co-op or postgraduate work. So these are the salaries for the data science related jobs. And as you can see, they're really, really high, and they're really good as for Canadian standards, for sure. So more than $90,000 per year, and actually even more than 100,000. So as you can see, they also are projected to grow within the next 10 years when you guys will be starting your degree and graduating. So yet again, just to summarize, that the demand is real, the demand is growing. So you will definitely have a good chances for finding a good job if you wish to stay in Canada after your graduation. So in terms of the data science, what is it? What will you be studying during your program? So technically it's analysis, it's numbers, it's statistics, it's computer science, it's math, it's finance, modeling, it's theories, it's a complex data extraction of the data, sorting, transforming, like visualizing more, like using the patterns to analyze data and then show the range and use the scientific approaches to sort and present the data, make it applicable, right? So you might know, like you might see that like 10 articles with so many figures, and the business, for example, asks you as a data analyst, they would ask you like, hey, we have this information, we need to sort it, for example, for making our projections for the business growth within the next 10 years. Help us to do that, right? So you will have to collect all this information, structurize it, make it applicable to the business, visualize it so it can be easily accessible and understandable, clear to your customers, and then present it and show how it applies to uh, their request, and show how the data will actually help them to build the projections, build the budget, marketing strategy, anything else. It was just a simple example of what you could do as a data scientist, and then the sky's the limit. So the data science program, I know it overlaps a little bit with not a little bit, it might overlap with computer science. It's a little bit similar, of course. So just for you to understand, like, who would choose data science. So if you guys, so for both programs, you really need to like math, solving problems, data, statistics, analyzing, for sure. So math and numbers, you have to like those. And for computer science, it's more coding, it's more electronic part of it, it's or maybe software part. But for data science, it's more figures, analysis, problem solving, it's statistics, and it's sorting the information. Yet again, all related with math, but a little bit different. So based on that, you may choose either computer science or data science program. And then I did mention that Laurier has 2 campuses. So this is our dear Brantford campus, and this is where you guys will be doing your first year with us, a first year of bachelor degree. So there are around 18 buildings on the campus. They're all close to each other. They're like 2-3 minute walk. Like Pranay mentioned in the video, they're all like, close together, including the residents. So it's really close walking distance from the building to building, and from the residents to your classrooms. There are study spaces, there are labs, there is a 2-story gym, an Olympic-sized pool, there are laboratories. I mean, everything that you would need for your efficient studies. And it's also located in downtown Brantford, which is really great for you guys, because you will also be in touch with local Brantford citizens, Canadians, and this will help you to build new friends and also start expanding your business network, right? Which is really useful for your future as well. And then after you have successfully done the first year with WLSC, you will be transferring to year 2 of Wilfrid Laurier University, Waterloo campus. So I did mention that Waterloo is a really tech focused area. There are like thousands of IT related and tech related companies in the region. So this will be definitely beneficial for you for your future job search, and yet again for expanding the business network, to get referrals, to meet new students, to make friends, and also meet your peers for your future start of the successful career. Yet again, there are several buildings on campus. As you can see, it's a really big one. So you will definitely also have all the software and all the laboratories that you will need for your efficient studies. And just to remind you guys that, actually, like I've read the statistics that Ontario province in Canada, which Waterloo and Brantford campuses are located, has been offering even more jobs, IT and data related, than the actual Silicon Valley in the US. So it's really different, like a really good difference, and it's really important for you guys to know, which is a great. So Ontario is a great place to be and to study for you for your future successful career, right? So just to remind you guys how the WLC works and how it's related to Laurier University. So you're like most of you, some of you might be doing UTB stage 1, which is fast track foundation. This is mostly for the students who either completed O levels only or have a little like lower marks. However, the most our students do the so-called program UTP stage 2, which is, I know it's a bit confusing name, so it's for you guys to understand that it's not just a pathway, it's not an additional English course, it's the full first year equivalent program, after which you will be transferring to year 2 at Laurier University. So this UTP stage 2 program is basically your first year of bachelor degree. After that, you're transferring to second year and complete years 2, 3, and 4. Overall, 4 years of your bachelor degree in Canada. You will be earning your credits during your first year. So it's going to be 5 credits every year. and it's going to be 10 mandatory courses. So you would say, okay, so is it a college, a university? How does it work in between Laurier International College and Laurier University? So Laurier International College is affiliated college. It's really important for you guys to understand. So it's the partner of the Wilfrid Laurier University. So specifically for international students, WLSE offers this equivalent first year program for you guys to adapt better and easier, because you come from different countries, different cultures. English might not be your native language, so you will also, like many of you, adjust to the climate as well, right? So and then on top of that, you have to study hard. Nobody actually gives you any credit that you just came from the halfway across the world, and you actually have to catch up with the Canadian education system, right? So just because of that, just for helping you to adapt, helping you to overcome this first year and blend in, have the smoother transition from your high school in your country to the year 2 at Wilfrid Laurier University, WLSE actually helps international students specifically. You will have smaller classes of around 35 students as opposed to like 150 or 200 students at the university. Then you will also have the extra support of the teachers, because you will have 25% more class time, just to ensure that you are processing the material well and progressing as required. We also have 3 intakes, so January, May, and September. So in case you have to defer, in case your visa is delayed or something like that, we're really here to help. So there are no deadlines and no kind of like limitations in terms of the timing. So we're really trying to support you at that point as well. There are scholarships available, of course. Actually, some of you or all of you might have been granted one already. And then there's also important thing as hybrid study mode. So WLSE offers the hybrid classes whereby you could start online while your visa application is still pending, and then once your visa is approved, you can come to Canada and continue classes in person, which is really great because you don't have to defer, you don't have to waste your time. You can just start your classes while you're waiting for the visa, and then continue once your visa is approved, which is great, right? So this is actually how Khalid, Khalid is our another student ambassador from Bangladesh and Kuwait. So Pranay did it online as well. So he did the full first semester online, which is yet again really doable. And he also shortened his program by 1 semester, which is another great opportunity that WLSE offers. So these are some, like speaking of the first year, speaking of UTP Stage 2 program, these are some simple subjects that you will be taking during your first year. So you see microeconomics, macroeconomics, algebra, analytics, data analytics and structures and statistics foundation. But there's also interesting thing, a really great thing, I believe, about Canadian education, that not only will you be doing the math or data related courses, but you will also have the classes that will develop your important skills for your future profession and development as a student and as a future employee. So then you will have the communication skills or leadership skills. Then you will also have design thinking class. So some classes could be related to that. So it's going to be also great for your study and life balance. So if you have only data and math related classes, it's going to be overwhelming for you. So we will also have these additional classes, elective classes, which will help you evolve as the professional and as a person, and also balance your study load. And as you can see, they're all so whenever I talk to students at the scholarship interviews, many of them actually mention that they choose Laurier because our curriculum is up to date and modern, and is different from other universities. This is why this is actually because we try to be up to date, and we want to include all the required knowledge and skills for you guys. So as you can see, the areas of knowledge can be different, like data analyzing, like software development, then data structuring and visualizing, the statistical learning, all the areas of knowledge that you will require, and then programming languages as well. So we do track if the new programming languages appear, and should they do, we will definitely consider adding them to the curriculum as soon as possible. And then another great thing about data science program at Laurier University, that while doing bachelor degree with us, you can also benefit from additional courses at the University of Waterloo. So you can take extra classes, for example, at AI, artificial intelligence, and then finance modeling maybe, or computer science, or whatever, or even software engineering, right? So what I try to teach students is the more knowledge you have, the more skills you have, the better and more highlighted professional you will be for your future job search. So if you have this opportunity, if you would like to, please go ahead and do that, because this will definitely benefit your resume in the future. And then there's also another cool thing that Laurier offers. You will be able to, to focus on 3 directions: is financial risk analysis, it's data analytics, and data analysis. So starting from year 2, you can choose one of these 3 areas of concentration, which you prefer, which is really great, and which is what our students appreciate. So this is in terms of the additional courses that you can take at the University of Waterloo. This is available through our cross registration. And then you definitely have to have good academic standing and certain number of credits. But yet again, as you can see, 60 to 62% of academic success is really doable. It's average, and I would say even a little bit below. So it's really doable if you study well. If you study hard, you will definitely get there. And as one of the students actually say, you see that they enjoy both Brantford and the area of the city, as well as the quality of teaching and the quality of information you get at the at Laurier. So speaking of additions, speaking of the extra knowledge and skills that you have, yet again, be wise and try to look long term. How will you differentiate yourself? How you will highlight your professional identity in the industry for the future employers? So this is actually something that could help you with that. So considerations, option, and minors. It's the additional courses that you can take just to enhance your degree, to add on to it. So for example, it's concentration, minor, and option. So it's kind of like the additional knowledge that which might be often related to your major bachelor degree, but also gives you something extra. So for example, like I already mentioned, that you can choose one of the areas of concentration is big data, financial risk analysis, and statistical analysis. And then there's also, so you will do the four courses, like beyond the core ones, the mandatory ones. And then for the option, you have the opportunity to choose from 6 to 10 courses, which could be related to management or social research, or maybe yet again, computer science, or whatever you think that you would benefit from, whatever you want to add on to your data science degree. And then there is also a minor, which you can take, which you can obtain by taking 6 courses, and which equals 3 credits. And this could be economics, statistics, UX, design, can be business as well, business technology, business technology management. So yet again, anything to add to your knowledge and skills will definitely benefit your future career start. And speaking of co-op, right? So this is yet again the great thing about data science at Laurier and Laurier University overall, because it has the really strong co-op department and the largest co-op job fairs in Canada on campus twice a year, which means that you might be able to find your co-op job position on campus. You might use the job board. So definitely, and Laurier, of course, supports you with the resume building, with gaining job interview skills. So of course, you will benefit from more than 250 partner companies that Laurier works with, and gain your work experience. So co-op program, what it is, it's actually your work experience during your studies, even before you graduate. It is 3 terms. Each term is 4 months. So technically, like overall 12 months, and it starts at the beginning of the second year. So you will be thinking of it at the end of first year, actually. So another great thing that Laurier is, as you will be located in Brantford or Waterloo, you can technically search for the co-op opportunities within all the province. It can be Toronto, it can be Kitchener, Waterloo, it can be a Greater Toronto area like Richmond Hill, Mississauga, for example, and can also be Brantford. And yet again, the employment rate in Ontario is also really high. And don't actually think that the big city offers more jobs. Sometimes it's actually right the opposite. So Brantford could be offering actually more jobs than Toronto, and the competition is also, of course, lower. So you will definitely have those opportunities. And then your admission requirements, of course, like I said, you will need the certain admission requirements for the cross-registration opportunity if you would like to, and for the co-op, of course, you will need to have more like 6 or more or higher GPA in your first year, which is B minus. Yet again, really doable. It's going to be around 75%. So if you study hard, you will definitely be able to get there. And then just yet again, focus on your studies, good academic standing, and you will be able to do it. And just to show you guys that the actual co-op department staff member also confirms that the co-op at Laurier is strong, and the partner companies as actually that they also appreciate the Laurier students as responsible and good quality professionals. So speaking of the co-op, there are sample co-op jobs right here and sample employers, as you can see. And here's a sample average weekly salary that you can get, which is very good. It's really good entry-level salary. So you will be working, earning money. And then during co-op, it's really great that you also don't pay tuition. So you can kind of extend the payment while working, getting the work experience, and also earning money to probably in the future cover your tuition or some of your living expenses. It depends on your situation. So sample employers, as you can see, I mean, Ericsson Canada is a really great mobile company, mobile technology company. Deloitte is really also a famous one in Canada. So it's definitely great opportunity that Laurier gives you guys. And yet again, by gaining the experience, it's also great to showcase your professional identity in the industry. How can you do it? Yet again, by making new friends, by connecting to your peers, doing the projects, and participating in additional academic or data-related opportunities that Laurier gives you. So for example, William Lowell Putnam mathematical competition, just to showcase your math skills. And then there's also opportunity of research like Science Maker Lab. You can test your like products, you can test your videos, you can learn the basic designs, you can just use the equipment to expand your skills. So yet again, Laurier offers all of that, and also the work and volunteer opportunities, which is really great as well in mathematics and statistics learning labs. And then you can work a volunteer and then maybe also support your tuition or living expenses by earning some money, which is another amazing opportunity that Laurier provides for you. And we're also talking about the academics and the quality of teaching and the necessity of studying well. But what we also like the students to have is to enjoy the student experience, to meet new friends, to build lifelong friendships, and to gain important business contacts, start expanding the business network, because in Canada, there is a really strong thing called referrals. So this means that whenever you look for a job in Canada, when you are recommended to a position, I would say your chances are, increasing by at least 30 to 50% to get a job. Being referred or recommended, meaning that someone is working at the company that you would like to, that has the open position, and they recommend you as the potential candidate for this role. So definitely referrals give you an extra bonus, an extra positive chance to get in the position. This is how I get this position, by the way. See, so technically, the more people you know, the more friends you make. They are not only your friends, but also could be your business partners in the future, or just colleagues or business acquaintances, right? So make sure that you talk to people, that you connect to people. And then speaking of the connecting to your peers, Laurier offers more than 250 student-led clubs. They can be maybe connected to your hobby, like sports, for example, and then it can also be related to data science, like you see, like computer hardware engineering or data science society. So whatever you're interested in, feel free to join or start your own club. Why not? So this is something to cultivate the close-knit friendly community at Laurier and WSC, and to help you guys enjoy being a student. So this is just the wrap up and the summary of what we have talked about. So three main points about our presentation and about Laurier benefits for you guys. So it's for sure, first and foremost, is the quality of education and the proper modern programs with the applicable knowledge and the professionalism of our professors. This is, of course, what Laurier is proud of, and what we are, why we're being actually on top 5 universities in Canada, like within several years, for sure. Like quality of teaching, student satisfaction, the quality of extracurricular activities, definitely like top numbers in Canada for Laurier. Then speaking of another important factor for you guys to start being successful in Canada is getting your work experience even before you graduate, which is co-op. And Laurier offers wonderful chances for you to do that, with first and foremost location, Waterloo tech area, then also more than 250 partner companies, quality of teaching as well, support for your resume building and interview skills, and then the largest co-op job fairs in Canada. So everything that you would need for your job search during the program, and also you will gain those great skills and knowledge for your postgraduate job search. And then last but not least, of course, enjoying your study life balance, getting new friends, starting building your business network, getting more people that you know, starting to be recognizable in the industry, and highlighting, showcasing your professional identity in the industry, connecting with the students. Students are really friendly. We have students from more than 25 countries of the world at WSC, so definitely something to look forward to. So this is pretty much it from me today. Make sure to subscribe and to follow us on the social media. We also have the YouTube channel where you can find those videos that I showed you today, and there's more student feedback. There's also the campus overview, the residence overview. So all the videos you might want to watch before you actually come here and study with us. So let me stop the recording and see if you have any questions. Please feel free to type in the chat or to unmute yourself and ask. Feel free to do that as well. Thank you so much for listening. So stopping the recording now.